So this is really strange. Today I woke up and my hair has gone all curly, and then I started watching just loads of videos of cruelty to animals. There's so many of them. Once you start clicking on something, you start just getting more and more. I don't want to watch them. It's depressing. Seeing what people have done to animals is just really really depressing. And then I came across Madison's new song, which came out 17 hours ago. And in it, she's got a girl who has hair that kind of looks like mine, which doesn't usually look like this, but it's a mess right now. It's a mess because I don't give a shit how I look. If you think I'm ugly, good. I think you're ugly. But I think you're ugly inside. And even if you are ugly, pretty on the outside or whatever. But anyway, yeah. It's annoying me how I keep seeing skinny bodies and just being like, that's how I used to be. That's how I used to be. And it's not like I like being skinny for other people. I like being skinny for myself. I like feeling skinny. I like being able to touch my waist and feeling like, like it's skinny. And ever since I don't know when it started. I think it started because when I was doing that beauty pageant 2 years ago, I know that I had gained some weight and I was like over 8 stone, and I was like, oh no, I'm usually 7.5, and I tried really hard to get down to 7.5, and I did it. But yeah, I can't believe that I was so. I think it's because I haven't been doing massage in a long time, and I've been eating the same, and I've just been like lying in bed doing nothing. So I was slowly getting more and more weight, and because I haven't been taking any pictures of myself, I haven't been conscious of my looks. But I don't know. I mean, I'm constantly thinking that something's about to happen, and when it does happen, I want to look. I want to look skinny because that's how I wanted to look. But yes, I am losing. I am. I've got the waist, getting waist back, but I don't. I keep seeing these stupid pictures of me on a bikini in Facebook. I don't know why they're the last pictures that I happened to put. It wasn't deliberate. It was just the last pictures I happened to what's it, tag myself on it, and so they've just kind of stayed up there. And I think they've been up there for years. But I'm looking at them thinking like, do I actually look like that right now? Probably not. But give me another week and I'll do it. But yeah. I think that's the good thing about starvation is it works quite quickly, and then you got all these people saying, "Oh, I can't afford to eat," and then you look at them and you just think, "Yeah, well, you're obviously eating 3 times a day. You don't need to eat 3 times a day. You can easily live off one meal a day, which is what I do. Although I think I think what the problem was I was eating probably a bit too much. Like my one meal a day is like the biggest meal that could fit on a plate, and it's almost like a buffet because I eat so much that I can't eat anymore, and because I haven't been doing any exercise, I feel like I've just put on a bit. But it's something that can be tamed. I just need to be aware of it. But anyway, I'm really disappointed that Passover's happened, gone past, and there's no sign that people are going to start talking to me still. It's really, really annoying. I know for a fact that human souls are so terrible because they have come from animal souls. There's an evolution process with the physical body, and there's also an evolution process with the spiritual body. And this explains why humans are the way that they are and why everyone is so different, because you all come from a different background on what sort of variety of animals you've been. I think it's likely for you to go through a range of different animals, but it's also likely for you to stay in the same. Like if you're an elephant, you might actually stay in the elephant line for quite a long time. I think it all depends on how you feel. Like if you really didn't enjoy being a certain animal, I feel like the Matrix can pick up on this and think, well, you need to be in a different animal. And it's the same way, if you're coloured, there's a high chance that you might come back as, if you really liked your family and liked, your family, you're more likely to come back in your family. And I feel like the same thing applies with humans as it does with animals. If you have a really nice family and you like your family, there's a high chance that you'll come back as like your sister's children or something, and or maybe your own children's, your your grandchildren's children's children, or something like that, depending on how many people, how many souls, and and the points, the brownie points that you've gained. If you haven't gained many brownie points, you'll probably come straight back. If you've gained loads of brownie points, the Matrix might say you should come back, in 100 years or 200 years or a big long gap. If you've done something that's like really changing, and your soul has developed to a much higher state of thinking, I think there's a high chance that you might not come back for a very long time, because the Matrix is going to say, well, this world isn't meant for you because you don't think similar to the humans in this age. You think more similar to the humans that are going to exist in the future. Hence, you're going to have a longer gap. So this is how I think it works, and I think it works in the same way in the animal pool. If you really liked your family, there's a high chance that you're going to stay in that family line. So if you really liked your mum and she was an elephant, then there's a very high chance that you're going to come back as, your children's elephants children, or whatever, the elephant's children's children. And but sometimes you don't agree, you don't like your family, or don't say if you're an elephant that's just starving and can never find enough food, you're going to wish to come back as a smaller animal, because then you don't need to worry about these things. So I feel like there is a sort of consciousness, and the Matrix does to kind of like listen to your souls and stuff. But yeah, it's just really, really depressing to know that still nothing has happened. And I don't feel like the human species, so I don't feel like I can enjoy living here and being one of them, because I think it's what happened with my sister and the social workers. It's really, I feel almost like they deliberately didn't let her have the child, not necessarily for her sake, but more to piss me off. I feel like the consciousness of people realizes that I'm actually an enemy of theirs. There's a lot of people, too many people here, and a lot of people need to go back into being an animal, and a lot of people don't want to go back into being an animal. And I feel like so consciously they like being a human, and they want to continue being a human. Hence, they're going to see me as an animal. Hence, doing things like preventing me from having children is something that they would want to do, because I think subconsciously they would want to hurt me in a way. I feel like it is a spiritual battle. I'm going through some sort of spiritual battle where I can talk to songs through time and stuff, and it's interesting how I'm just following Dax, which is kind of an angel of the preachers. Sometimes preachers say things that are true, sometimes preachers say things that are wrong. So it's I can't say that he's all wrong, and I can't say that he's all right. He's both. And I don't know how he feels as a person, but I feel like he touches on loads of different issues. A lot of it is negative, but that is typical thinking for preachers to think negatively, probably because they're constantly seeking God, and they're not actually getting any answers, and so they're just constantly lying to people about the truth that they know that they don't actually have and stuff. But yeah, I if I was to fake a party, fake that I'm happy, I think Angel of Revenge and Horror and Nightmares are the ones that I would want to most sort of hang out with. But I'd also want to look kind of equally as skinny as them. So I feel motivated to want to look like that on the belief that something is about to happen soon. But this belief is just running dry, because it's like it's been so long. It's been 11 years. Probably a lot older than them actually, but because I don't feel like I'm able to live my life. I don't actually feel like I don't feel any age. I feel like I've just been on pause for a very long time. And it's just, I guess the positive side is that I get to be with my fish longer. But I'm pretty sure if I went to America, you could get me a big fish tank. I want a really big fish tank. I don't have to actually get inside it, but I would like a big fish tank where I can look at all the fish, and I like the little ones. I like a big variety of lots of little fish. The big ones take up quite a lot of space, and I like having loads. But yeah, there is a problem because I've got way too many. I've got about 60, maybe even 70 fry. I can't count them. I've put about 30 in that one, and there's about 40, 50 in that one, and it seems to be just like doubling and doubling. And I'm going to have to take more to the shop, but right now they're really small. But yeah, when they get full grown, I'm going to have way too many. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I don't know how. I keep thinking how should it be? When the rapture is going to be when you come and get me. I guess it's the first rapture. When you first talk to me, and I don't know how it should be. I mean, I was thinking that maybe you should just put a letter through my door or something, or maybe it should be more public. Like, I don't want it to be public. I don't, because I need time to heal or something. But maybe like Akon or something can do a song with a date and talk about, I don't know, saving someone on a certain date, and then I can. But you need to make sure that I actually like get hold of it, or you can do some. I don't know, because I don't want the world to know that Christ is coming until I've actually given the approval to say that this should happen, and I don't want. But I just want to know why you're ignoring me. I want to know what the plan is. I want to know who knows and why you've chosen to wait this long. Um, I'm angry at the singers so much, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. There's a couple that I'm okay with, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. But I know I don't feel like the same species as people. Hence, I'm going to I feel like I should treat humans like an abused dog would treat a human. Just like stay away from them. I don't want anything to do with them. I think you're deliberately trying to fuck up my life, and deliberately don't give a shit because you see me as a different species. That's how I feel, and um, I it would be interesting if there was some sort of nationwide belief that the rapture was going to happen. Of course, nothing's actually, well, something is going to happen, but they're not going to. It's not going to go public. I mean, if you wanted to do some sort of mass, get all the singers who believe or want to promote the idea of a rapture and Christ coming back, you can promote the idea that they all agree that, like Justin Bieber's pastor or something, get pastors of some of the singers and get them to all promote some, belief that there's going to be a rapture on a certain day. And okay, publicly nothing will happen, but later, like in a month's time, you can say that actually it did happen. If you wanted to tell me that you're going to come and talk to me, because I'm constantly searching the internet to try and find evidence that things are going to happen soon, and I'm not finding anything. And therefore a part of me is thinking, well, maybe I should find something. Maybe you should start putting press releases out for a rapture belief. Get the singers, there's 300-400 of them, I don't know who wants to support the idea of a rapture, but you can get them all to promote a sort of rapture date. But if Akon was like the feature figure, then I would take it more seriously. I feel like I should take him, because he's the angel of the rapture. I feel like I should take his belief more seriously. But yeah, if you wanted to make the public aware that the rapture of the bride of Christ is going to happen soon, you can make it public with the date and him as a feature, and then get a bunch of other celebrities to promote it. And then I'll have, a 7-day warning would be good. But if you want to give a month or 40-day warning, Nineveh had the 40-day warning. If you want to do that, you can. Of course, it would be something that amounts to nothing in the public's eye. But in a month afterwards, when I say, you could say it was right. In fact, if I want to go public on about the Christ coming, you could even, or Christ is here and going to be exposed, on the 13th of June, you could say that the rapture event that was being prophesied beforehand did actually happen. And that was the date that this person was discovered. And if you want to make, the time, the event where people first start talking to me, if you want to publicize it, then at least I'll have some expectation of when it might be. Right now I'm looking for rapture dates, but it's all set by only Christians, and no one else seems to support it other than Christians, so I can't take it seriously. But if there was some sort of rapture event that celebrities were supporting and believing in, then I would take it more seriously. If you wanted to tell me via that way, then that would be good. But I thought this would happen last year. I thought this happened the year before. I thought this would happen the year before, and it just never does. So, is it going to happen this year, or is there going to be another wait, another year, or another 2, or another 3? I don't know. I'm angry that it's been this long, and I need to go on a big long holiday to cheer up. I don't want to meet any of the singers or celebrities, but when I do start going public, an idea could be to go to a party with those 3 singers that I mentioned, and then have those 3 singers go to a different party where there's loads of other celebrities and you can make it look like it's the same party. You can do something like that. I don't want to meet the singers and celebrities. They've been torturing me for 11 years. So they're not my friends. I'm not on their side. I'm not happy with anything they've done. Um, I know my higher self doesn't feel that way, but I do. So there's a conflict there.